Dive in Primavera P6 EPPM. Ready to take your Primavera P6 EPPM skills to the next level? Our exclusive membership-only playlist offers in-depth tutorials, advanced tips, and practical insights to help you master the software. Join our community today to unlock this premium content and accelerate your project management expertise. Access membership playlist now.
Welcome to this new training in Primavera P6 EPPM. A lot of you still confused about EPPM and Professional and Primavera Cloud. And let me explain the benefits of EPPM, which is really good. And to master it, you need to understand how it works. So I wrote an article and I'll publish it in our company website, zalbasireppm.com, and go look at it. Actually, I made two. The first one is about mastering Primavera P6 EPPM and what is the main ecosystem inside it. You have the application layer, which is P6 Professional, which we work here, and also in PM Web and P6 Professional, of course, and mobile app and team members. This is the interaction apps where you go for between the different interfaces, where you go in the different interfaces between Primavera P6 EPPM and Professional and mobile app, and also members interface, which is the portfolio management or profile management, actually, for each person based on security profiles. And then you have the functional layer of the system, which is helping us to do planning and scheduling and resource management and reporting and administration. And this one mainly in EPPM. Here the administration and other things, all of them is managing the function layer. Okay, so this is very important to understand. The application is where you do the real work. For example, I will give you something maybe a lot of you doesn't know. EPS, you only do it in Professional, you can't do it in EPPM, but they are all linked together. They have the same database. See, if I am here opening this is EPPM database. It is the same database I have here. It is the same. Okay, so when you go for it, it's the same. So this is how you need to think about Primavera P6 EPPM from one perspective to another perspective. Then you will have the database layer. Here is the background, the back end door, where you store everything, the database. And it has every aspect of the enterprise project data, global data, and local data. That's very important to understand. And of course, we can access this database from different software, so we can manage reporting and manage the database itself without going to the app or to the web. Now, when you will work with Primavera P6 EPPM, you will have the EPS and OPS, and they are all connected together. Now, in EPPM, they are more critical than Professional. In Professional, maybe you don't care because it's one user, so he is an admin. However, in EPPM, EPS and OPS are very connected, very connected. You have to have a security profile for each OPS and EPS in the same time. And also, by EPS and OPS, the OPS might define what you can see inside the profiles you are working on. So when we define this structure, we are defining security, we are defining edit and rights. So very important. Okay, so when you have someone on top of you, he can see what you do under him. And of course, when you do the ABS, for example, you do the portfolios of your company. You might do it by regions, you might do it by discipline, you might do it by type of clients, extra. And OBS is the structure of the company, starting from the CEO till top down. Okay, now another thing is user access control. Very important, very important when you go to user control. Now, you create the user account. Okay, then you assign him to OPS element. It is a must to assign him to OPS element. So he has a position and he has a name. Then you grant security profile to them, and then you grant access. And now it's very important that the grants access OPS link to the EPS. That means he will access this EPS. However, you can do some other things to have profile views, which might be different a little bit. And this I will explain it. And I explain it actually in other videos. Organizational roles and responsibilities. Now, again, when you have thinking about who will work in this EPPM, you will have different types. You will have application administrators, and very, very important that these people are very good in IT, also very good in engineering, so they can know what they can include, what they can manage. Sometimes you have administrator who is IT, from IT perspective, that will be from outside to do a few things in IT perspective, but I prefer to make the admin an engineer in engineering plus IT, he understands IT. Or he can use IT under him to tell them what he wants. And then the database and project management teams. And this is what we do always. There is people who are also working with database. We sometimes in database, by the way, we include codes, we include company data very easy rather than building them in professional or EPPM step by step and one by one. No, we can import and export immediately in a database. There is a different ways. EPPM allow us for some communicating with the database also, and it's stable. We can also do the same. Now in project team management, now this is the people who work in the database, project managers and others in the same levels, and then you will have under them the team. And you will have network admin, because sometimes you work in the same company and this is linked in the network, or you have people on site and they have to manage this network to make it working effectively. And then you have cloud admins if you are working in the cloud with Primavera EPPM. Sorry, with the Primavera Cloud. So this is how we do the things. Now, to do a real good implementation of Primavera V6, you need first to assess what is needed for this organization in particular, and establish the policies, who will access what and how and when, and who will do the baselines and who will check the baselines, who will access the baselines, who will review only, who will edit, who will change a lot of things. So there is a lot of issues here you need to manage when you are doing the access and implementation of Primavera V6. Then you define the core structure, which include the APS and OPS mainly, and resources. And this is very critical. And it should be by one click if you are expert in that. And configure enterprise data and setting. Now you are doing the APS connections, codes, calendars, and application-wide settings in the same setup, or written and confirmed, and everyone has to be trained to do it. Establish user access. Now here the security profiles and how you can do linked it to the OPS, and everyone will access only the project he need to access, and the information in the project he should see only. We don't allow anyone to see everything or to see anything is not belong to them, it's not their responsibilities. And then define services and reporting. Services and reporting like scheduling every week, automatically labeling, summarizing. There is a lot of things we can do it automatically, which can be done overnight, for example. And then configuration that the reporting, which will be printed and or published online when needed. Now enterprise data categories. In the database, you have global data, as you know, and project data, activity data, resource data, risk data, and issues and documents. And here we know mainly the most things and the most important things in Primavera V6 EPPM. Now coming back to just explain a few things, because I did this into articles. Please review it in my blogs and website. You have to understand the people and the skills. So OPS, it's important that you are understanding the people and the skills. Don't assign anyone to work in Primavera or access Primavera if he's not familiar to it. It will consider as a load. Provide him with a view only for what he need to access, to see report, for example, like CEO. He might not be professional in P6, like some other top positions who they don't know Primavera or P6, but you can just have a link to them to have a report view, to have a dashboard view easily. Okay, and then Here, to build the ABS, you need to define the steps of the ABS. Look at this in details, please. And you know how to build OBS and link OBS to EBS. This is the details. And then define the resource. And this is how we set up the system for security profiles. Okay? So please read this article. It's very important. Learn from it and practice EPPM. And if you have any question, please come back to me. This is Engineer Ziad Al Basir. Thank you very much and wishing you all the best.